back to TSN's coverage of the Wild Wing 300 presented by DriveWise. The 22 Canadian Tire Dodge of Scott Steckly has led each of the 114 laps so far, Billy. He's having his way so far in this race.
Well, on the big track, we'd like to say he's got his nose out in clean air, but you never have any clean air here in the bull ring. He's done an awesome job. The car is well prepared, and he knows how to get around here.
185 laps still to go. The Leland leaderboard streaks across the top of the screen as Jeff Lapsevich streaks to the inside of John Gaunt in the 11th. Great side-by-side battle.
Well, the cars are starting to use up the right side tires pretty much with 184 laps to go. These things are getting a little tired, and as the track goes into the night farther, the track will change. Rubber builds up on the bottom lane. A little bit of oil out of the breathers. The bottom lane gets a little slick, so you're going to start to see the drivers searching for that ultimate traction.
The move over flag being displayed to some of the slower traffic. We saw John Gaunt just fall back to the 12th spot. Still on the lead lap, of course, so is Jeff Lapsevich in 11th as we go on board with Jason Hathaway in the Snap-on Rockstar machine.
Clear now.
That's Susan Micks, car owner and spotter for Kerry Micks and Beyond Digital Ford.
You know, not really saying a lot to Kerry, just give him the vitals. When are you clear? When can Kerry get back to his line? How important is having a spotter you can be confident with, Billy?
Well, when you get comfortable with a spotter, you don't have to look in the mirror anymore, and you get that feel that when he says clear or she says clear, you can shut the door and shut it hard.
Wow, they're not clear. McGlynn getting a big tap from Jason Hathaway. Hathaway wanted to go by, and so did Pete Shepard. And Sean McGlynn did a nice job to hang on to that.
Well, not shy with the chrome horn here at Barrie Speedway.
Just sort of the nature of the beast out here is Beauchamp having a poke to the inside of Steckly. This, of course, a battle for the lead.
Listen to that horsepower down the straightaway. Now you got to remember, we got two different power plants in these cars. One being the spec motor in the 22, and we got that Ron Beauchamp Sr. built motor in the 60.
Joey McComb spotter saying, hey, somebody on the inside, that's the race leader. And here's where you got to give and take. I mean, Joey McComb probably not going to run 300 laps now that he's a lap down unless he gets a free pass, but he still has to race every lap as fast as he can. So a lot of different races going on one track here.
And he has to show respect. These veterans got to earn their stripes for sure, but the lap cars got to give up a lane and only one to the leaders.
We saw Mark Dilley settle in behind Shepard. Now he makes the pass for 7th. Mark Dilley in the Dickies number 9 up into the 7th spot. Always runs well here at Barrie Speedway.
Well, he's got a great line. He's got this place figured out. Down across the bottom, let it eat out to the fence, and swing it back to the bottom when we get to the corner.
We're looking at Scott Steckly, and Steckly running about 3 feet off the inside. Beauchamp pinned right down against that yellow lineman. Scott Steckly a little bit higher on the race.
Whoa! Action off of turn 4.
Anthony Simone in the 95, Jason White in the 21, and that was right in front of the race leaders.
Both cars able to get underway. Minimal damage for sure on both cars. Doesn't look any fenders falling off. A little tire rub on the right front of the 95. Here's the replay down into the corner. The 95 and the 4 side by side racing for a spot. Looks like the 95 come down and the 4 had no room, and around went the 95.
Jason White gets tagged and goes around. We've got action in the pits. Todd?
All the front runners taking this opportunity during the caution period to make pit stops. The 60 car of Ron Beauchamp Jr. stops for fuel only. The 22 car, the leader of Scott Steckly, will get fuel and an adjustment. The 84 of J.R. Fitzpatrick also along pit road.
Very tight on pit road here. The 22 had to wait on the car in front of him. He lost a couple spots. Ronnie Beauchamp gets back on the racetrack and will be our leader. We'll be back with more after this.
Restart number 4 coming just before the midway point of the Wild Wing 300 NASCAR Canadian Tire Series race. Beauchamp not wasting any time. He used up all the racetrack to make sure he'd lead the way down into turn 1, Bill.
And homeboy, number 11, John Gaunt, hard on the gas down the bottom, trying to steal that spot from the 22 of Steckly.
John Gaunt hasn't been at the front tonight, but look at that race car. There's barely a mark on it. He's kept his equipment, and now he's in a position where he can battle for the lead.
Well, John's run enough races to understand to finish first you have to finish, the old cliche, but he does a great job of keeping that car in one piece throughout the race.
We talked about Joey McComb running his own race. Well, he just got the free pass, and he's back on the lead lap.
On board with Kerry Micks down the backstretch. The 7 of Pete Shepard sneaks through the bottom. That leaves Mixie in 8th.
And Kerry Micks concedes that position for now. It's not really time to do that kind of battling. Something we're not used to seeing here at Barrie. We're basically at the midway point of the race, Billy, and there's a lot of race cars still with all 4 fenders on.
Well, we used to call this the fiberglass race for sure, but I'm telling you, these veterans are getting good at their game. I'll tell you, they got all the cars looking good, running good. Not much carnage yet tonight, but we're only halfway.
There's a lot of race left to go as we see the Home Hardware halfway update, giving all the vitals on the event so far. And let's look at the Home Hardware car. Not long ago, he got the free pass. Now he makes a pass for 3rd.
Don Thompson Jr. always strong here at Barrie Speedway.
He's working the inside of John Gaunt. Jeff Lapsevich in the Tim Horton Chevy having a decent run as well. We saw him moments ago racing outside the top 10. Now he's in the top 5. Here's your battle for the lead. Scott Steckly hasn't had much to look at out the windshield so far. Now he's chasing down Ron Beauchamp.
Right there at the center apex of the corner, the 22 is able to turn the corner a little tighter than the 60. That could be Ron Beauchamp's Achilles heel, getting that car to turn the middle. But kudos to the crew. The 60 crew got Beauchamp back out in front of the 22. That's why he's leading laps.
I'll tell you, John Gaunt's hanging in there pretty well on the outside. I don't know that we've seen anybody able to battle side by side for 3 or 4 laps the way we've watched Gaunt do it. Now he loses the spot to Thompson. Lapsevich going by as well. But we'll keep that in the back of our minds for later on tonight, Billy. He was able to make that kind of work for him.
Absolutely. Oh, caution on the speedway.
Yellow flag flies once again as we're on board with John Gaunt. Debris in turn 4 brings out the 5th yellow of the night.
Well, we just said how clean they were keeping the race cars, and obviously somebody's got some damage.
The caution, a huge break for the number 9 of Mark Dilley. Originally thought to have clutch problems, now they believe it's a brake problem. We could see sparks underneath the car as they were circulating, but this yellow flag, a huge break for the Dickies Dodge team.
Well, the crew continues to work on the number 9 car, trying to get that thing repaired and get them back out without losing a lap. The pace car's coming, they get them out.
And these are short caution laps at Barrie Speedway, Billy.
Well, we're racing at 14.5 to 15 seconds, so even at 30, 35 mile an hour, we're only talking about 29 or 30 seconds. Back up to green one more time.
Down into turn number 1, Ron Beauchamp down low, Steckly with a good jump on the high side. They're door-to-door down the back straightaway.
Oh, the 60 of Ron Beauchamp got a whole handful of steering wheel as that big horsepower hazed the tires down the backstretch.
He's working hard through 3 and 4. Beauchamp does not want to lose the lead, but it doesn't look like he's got a choice as Hathaway and Mixie get together, and Jason White collects the front bumper of Kerry Micks. He's got some bodywork damage on that 02.
Big front end damage on the 02 Beyond Digital 4 to Kerry Micks. The front bumper cleaned right off it. He gets turned down into the corner, and then the white car comes through and cleans the nose off it.
Well, you see Hathaway making contact with Mixie, and Jason White tried to avoid it, but not really a car width there. This might give us an even better look.
Wow, the 02 goes around off the 3 and then gets collected by the 21. Most of the damage done by the 21 coming through after the spin.
You can see the extensive body damage to the front of that car. They're cutting the front bumper away. They're trying to peel the hood away. They got to get that body work away and then assess if there's any further damage underneath.
And they got to get it done in a hurry. Even under caution, they only have 30 seconds per lap to get their work done to keep their man on the lead lap. Look at the front bumper caved right in. All the tin work's done. We'll be back with more. Scott Steckly continues to lead here at Barrie Speedway.